I still am in awe of this program. The people at the airport, when I first went there, I saw all these motorbikes and all these guys dressed in black and all these motorcycle clubs. I had no idea whether there was going to be a riot or what to expect until somebody said they came here to, I got teary, to celebrate the fact that you were in World War II. Now these guys, I can't explain how it makes you feel. Really, just amazing. So they weren't there to create havoc, they are there to celebrate.
One of the most emotional days that I've ever had in my life. And it started early and immediately with the gathering there. You know, I couldn't believe it. And then you start to get the feeling, I'm not worth all of this, but it was wonderful. It was just an exhilarating experience.
I'm Joe Byron, and I'm the Executive Director / Founder of Honor Flight New England. In my last 4 years, I retired law enforcement, and I investigated crimes against our senior population. And I knew that in order to build a rapport with them, they walked in the mall, because we know that they didn't report crime. And I met this incredible World War II POW who told me his story. I still get emotional as he told me his story. And I got off a plane in Baltimore in 2009, and I called the National, and they didn't have anybody in New England. And I asked them if I could take New England, and they said, as long as you can raise the money, you have New England.
I was talked into coming. I agreed only because a friend of mine said, you'll have a good time. And I said, well, what's it like? He said, you'll have a good time. I didn't tell me anything.
And lo and behold, we got off of the plane in Baltimore, and it was a spontaneous, not a set-up thing, a spontaneous greeting by all of the people that were in the airport. And that, once again, brought just enormous emotions that are just tough to deal with.
This has been an amazing journey, to come here, to see everything.
It was unexpected, it's so good, and the volunteers are unbelievable.
It's truly a lesson in humility for us, because we hear very often, we did what we had to do, the real heroes didn't come home. So when they have a trip like this, they're getting their welcome home, sometimes for the first time. And then it gives them an opportunity to speak about their experiences during the war that they probably have never spoken about, but will only speak to them with those that truly understand, and that's their comrades.
I was a Navy corpsman attached to Marines in Korea. When I arrived in Korea, I was 17. To be able to come here and talk to other veterans that were in Korea, and I ran into a Navy corpsman that was over there with me, and he lives in New Hampshire.
And so we had an opportunity to sit there together in the shade for probably a half an hour and just reminisce and talk about common experience.
It was amazing. We were close together over there,
We both came to the conclusion that the one thing we had in common is that we were both old men. The age had caught up.
The Air Force monument, it touched me because that's what I was in, but every other monument out there has got a good meaning. And then the cemetery itself.
You meet so many veterans here, and it brings back so many memories, You look at the walls, and, the heroes are still there. You don't realize till you look at Arlington National Cemetery, but it's been an amazing trip.
As we were going back to the bus, there was a group of young Koreans, and they had a tour director, a young man who was a tour director, and he saw my hat and came over and introduced himself and wanted to thank me for what I'd done for Korea. Well, so I said to him, well, just a couple of years ago, I got another medal. I've gotten 3 medals from Korea. But I says, the important one is this medal here that was given to our group by President Syngman Rhee, the first president of Korea. And that was given in 1952. And that really excited everybody to see that. And he said, how old were you in 1952? And I said, I was 20 years old.
I couldn't thank Honor Flight enough for what they do for us veterans. Really, you guys are super, tremendous.
I hope we're responding as well as they're giving. You know what I mean? Because they're giving, it's just unbelievable in this day and age that people are still that good. You know, it really is. And I'll never forget it.
It's incredibly special to us because we know that the world's going to be a darker place when they're gone. And so it's an incredible experience just to be with them and just to see their emotions and see how much they appreciate it. It's really a life-changing event.
Just want to say good night to all our Honor Flight men and women. Thank you for your service and thank you for flying with Southwest Airlines. Hope you had a wonderful day today. DC.
And to walk into the airport with the little kids with their hands out. They didn't know what they were doing, but that doesn't matter. The parents did. Up on the balconies, a crowd. On the first floor, there was a crowd, all cheering you on. And I've been on this earth for 94 years. Nobody has ever made me feel like they did.